it all just started as a passion. There's not a biology degree. We're just really determined to make a difference.
They make sharks just seem out to be just lethal killers, that all they do is just eat and kill everything they can. Yeah, like the moment we saw a shark, that's like all we wanted to do.
And my perception on sharks is just that I'm not really too scared of them or frightened by them. I know a lot of people are kind of scared of them, like at the beach and everything. A lot of little kids don't like sharks. Yeah, pretty much it. I don't know.
And on average, how many sharks do you think humans kill?
Probably about 100 something. I don't know. I don't really.
Okay. So
I don't know.
On an average, 5 year.
So, social media platform just about shark videos turned into an opportunity that we saw to educate people and take it a step further and actually have a positive impact and bring people into the water. I'm the operator here at Shark Addicts. So I run a lot of the business side of everything and kind of I just facilitate all our outreach opportunities. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff.
Chris and I go back to like middle school and playing like Pee-wee football. His dad was the coach. And so Chris and I have been friends longer. Cameron and I have been friends since probably high school. But when we got scuba certified, Cameron's girlfriend bought him a Groupon. And so like 4 of us did it.
Pretty much changed my life. I mean, we started diving about 5-6 years ago. And I mean, ever since, just every week, and that's all we do. You know, before I did a lot of golfing, and it's just haven't golfed in years. You know, sharks took over for sure. So
I got scuba certified about 7 years ago, and ever since then, all I've wanted to do is go shark diving.
Certified to dive at age 12. From there, it was a transition into spearfishing. You see a lot of sharks when you spearfish, and then, you know, once I saw sharks, fell in love with sharks, and then got hooked back up with Cameron and Mickey, and this whole adventure started. So, one of the coolest things about shark diving, especially without a cage, is that when you hit that water and you're surrounded by 13 bull sharks like we were last weekend, it's nothing but the moment, and that in itself is addictive.
that's our drug of choice, sharks. It's a good drug.
That's our therapy out there.
The customers that come out, they just want to come again.
I'm the most calm and relaxed when I'm surrounded by sharks. That's like, you know, my euphoria.
I mean, when you go out 3 miles offshore and all you can see is blue and hear silence, and then just to see these apex predators, you know, your problems just seem a little bit smaller, and you realize you are a tiny speck in a great big ocean. And when people call, hey, do you have a cage on your boat? No aquarium, no glass, no cage. And for you to experience in their environment, you know, just how amazing that creature is and just how misunderstood it is. So, you know, you get to see people changed for the rest of their lives when they get on your boat and then when they leave.
We had a buddy who came last week named Mario. He's never seen a shark before, and you know, we got to spend a few hours with at least a dozen of them. He's like, oh, I can't wait to come back. So,
Shark Addicts.
yeah.
When this started to piece together and we saw that we could make a positive impact and shed light on a global issue, shark finning, which is something that we try and do and educate in the public.
I mean, it's hard with the finning because like 90% of it is all overseas, so it's kind of, you know, hard to get into that legal side of, you know, hey, how are we going to stop them?
In some other parts of the world, you can cut fins, toss the shark. So you've got that much more room on your boat just to stack fins.
We've seen commercial fishermen out there catching sharks.
It's happening right here, right in front of us.
You know, they're catching, they don't always hook sharks they're allowed to keep, but the sharks they are allowed to keep, you know, we can't do anything about that. And the government's not going to change that. They're going to be able to let the guy do what they got to do. But to find a boat with no sharks and just fins on it,
it's a gut punch.
The sharks that are biting people are juvenile sharks. It's a test bite. You don't ever hear of the shark biting the person and then turning around and biting them again and again. It's always, one bite, and that's not food, and I'm out of here.
As far as the cull goes, I just think you could take a bunch of different perspectives about, we got to protect the citizens of that area, or is it the perspective that surfers need to assume that risk when they get into the water? I don't think culling is ever the answer.
It's definitely not the answer.
Not the answer.
Yeah, I think they've banned surfing there,
Yeah.
so people know the risks,
Yeah.
and they still want to do it.
So they were culling bull sharks in the area. They were allowed to, but the problem is they were long lining to do it. So you've got thousands and thousands of yards of monofilament, and you've got hundreds of hooks with huge bait chunks on them. So the sandbar shark is a federally protected species. That's what we found on the line. And that shark was hooked, not able to swim, not able to pass water over its gills. So even though when they would have pulled it up, they would have thrown it back into the water, shark's dead. Federally protected shark, dead, but they followed the law.
Almost 70% of sharks we see have hooks, and lots of them have either broken jaws or deformed jaws from fighting on the line, and I'm not sure if that'll ever heal. We find big stainless hooks that would take like 10 years for that to rust out.
Yeah. If we see a shark with a hook, we either try and pop it, or at the very least, if it's trailing line, like 100 feet of line that is broken off, we try and cut it before any of the fins so that it doesn't get wrapped up, because it can shrink down on them, cut through their skin, stop circulation, they'll lose their fins, that type of thing. So we just do what we can.
We're moving hooks from some of these sharks and a lot of fishing line that will get wrapped around their bodies and can cut into them, give them open infections.
They've done stuff with like stacked tires, bars out there. We just need to put a little bit of effort into it, as opposed to the quick and easy, what we've been doing for so many hundreds of years. Well, just go kill them. It's bad that our knee-jerk reaction is just to get rid of stuff. It's too bad. Walking the beach, you see hammerheads wash up after fishing tournaments. We're like, all right, let's address this. There's no need for these animals, especially when these tournaments are tagged as catch and release. Why are they still washing up back on shore with 6 feet of wire and a giant hook in their mouths? And it's because it's overexerted itself and it's died. You're asking an animal to sprint for an hour, and then you pull it out of the water. You ask it to hold its breath for 5 minutes so that you can take a selfie. It's just bad practices. Because sharks have this demeanor about them in the public's eye, people think they're indestructible. So they've got pretty little regard for them.
So once people get in the water and see the sharks in the water, how they swim, how they interact, without the bait that we bring, they don't want nothing to do with us. They might come check you out for a minute, but they're not going to hang around you for hours. That's when they kind of get over that fear that they once had and once, learned and grew up thinking that, if they see a shark out in open water, the shark's going to come up and eat you. That's not the case. They're really very intelligent animals, 400 million years of evolution. They know what's food and what's not.
We're conditioned through media to think a certain way, and it's been that way ever since the 70s when Jaws hit the theaters. And it's a lifeless, black, doll-eyed man-eater, and that's all there is to it. And we got to turn back the tables on that. We got a long way to go. There's a lot more education and outreach that needs to happen, but people are starting to wise up. People are stepping away from trying to hook a 13-foot tiger. Now they just want to see it in the wild. That's progress. That's trackable progress.
When you drop into the water and you're surrounded by sharks, nothing else is on your mind. You're not thinking about how you're going to pay this bill or what you're going to do later or what you're going to eat. All that just fades away. It's gone. We're just trying to put the limelight on the sharks in the positive, aspect, which they should be, because, they're amazing to swim with and interact with. The way they come in and glide and, just demand your respect and your attention.
And it's just, like I said before, it's really humbling when you see something like that and you just realize where you fit in the food chain. It's a good reminder. Keep your head on straight.
it's awesome when we go out and we have, you know, great days and customers are like, you know, wow, it's the greatest day of my life, you know, that feels good hearing that, you know. So do it for that as well, to educate and show people, you know, sharks are amazing. And after that, they become a shark addict.